You could tell the frustration is there. It's just not sticking with this team. All the hard work during the preseason, during training camp, and Lawrence has not liked the results of the last 2 games here at home. Sun shot 63% from the field on Tuesday night, including 77% in the first half. So Allen Iverson have to get used to that look wearing the Pistons jersey, and he joins a team that already has tremendous chemistry.
And it'll be interesting, Ian, to see how he blends with that, because that's the word that really has stuck with the Pistons over the last 5 years or so. The chemistry that they brought night in and night out to the floor. And you throw a superstar in there with Iverson's ability to score, it'll just be interesting to see what happens with the sequence and the chemistry.
Get the best of HD free with IOTV, because everything about HD is better with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Nets basketball. The Nets and the Pistons. Pistons swept the Nets last season. In fact, they've won 7 in a row against the Nets. Ball knocked out of bounds. Monty McCutcheon, Leon Wood, former Net, by the way, and Brian Forte, the officiating crew. They'll jump it up again with Boone and Johnson.
Did you hear what PA announcer Gary Sussman called that?
Do-over?
A do-over. Where was that weak side help that you referenced with Lawrence Frank a couple of moments ago, Ian? But high side screens for him are tough.
Yi Jianlian, he's got obvious offensive ability. His problem has been on this side of the floor.
And that's what he needs to do. He needs to find a way to get into the thick of things underneath the basket at the defensive end to get some extra rebounds for this team.
Carter over Hamilton for 2.
A little more aggressive look, I'd say, for Vince Carter starting things off.
Tayshaun Prince, a member of Redeem Team, Olympic gold in Beijing. Carter, catch and shoot, knocks it down. Long 2-pointer for Vince Carter, coming off a 19-point, 5-assist performance in the loss to Phoenix on Tuesday night. Pistons with a 1-point lead. Just about 4 minutes elapsed in this first quarter. Wallace blocked by Boone, and Rasheed Wallace, the veteran, sticks with the play and lays it in.
You know, that may go to our comments too, Ian, on the opener of the show when we were talking about the extra effort and the attention that you need to get to the ball, and that wasn't a good sign for the Nets the last trip defensively.
Carter, penetration, great look for Boone, who lays it in.
And Carter very...
And it will be Rip Hamilton picking up the personal, the 3-time All-Star.
And you get the impression that Vince Carter right now feels very confident in terms of what he can do against this team. You see Boone just waiting it out, but Vince Carter, the ability to put the ball down with a purpose on the floor.
Lawrence Frank urging his team, get it up the floor in a hurry. Harris gives it up. Simmons to the post. Boone drop step. Draws defenders, and he is open for 2.
Different type of player when he's shooting that ball well from the outside.
But the Nets now have gone ice cold. 5 of 15 from the field. Iverson, the penetration, stripped from behind by Harris. And the Nets are on the move. Harris, pull up, pop for 2.
See, that's what they want Devin Harris to do. And I think the first 3 games, I think there's been a tendency on his part to be, he will find a way to get that done. But you'll see him little reach back defensively and then watch him orchestrate the floor. He comes down, he's going to find the spot, boom, everybody's backpedaling on him. Great decision. That's instinctive basketball. You're not thinking, well, what do I do now? How do I make my... You're never going to see a guy as fast, or you've never seen a guy as fast with the basketball. It was so clear-cut back then that he was that great.
Oh, Hamilton rejected by Lopez. 27-14, 0.2 of a second left. At the horn.
Well, you can't get a shot off, though.
They'll wave it off. It is not a catch-and-shoot situation.
Right.
It's a tip setup where you can maybe guide the ball towards the rim.
Great way to finish the quarter when you take a look at this play, Ian, from a standpoint of analyzing it. Take a look now at the first part. Here's the grab right here that does not get called, okay? And now there's a 0.3 of a second rule in the NBA that says you can't get a shot off, but clearly this shot's off, and you look at the camera or the clock up here, you've got time on the clock. Maybe enough video right there to have the NBA Rules Committee take a look at that rule again.
Dueling penetration, beats Stuckey, good help by Brown. Kick out for E, who's back in there. Ball fake, and Yi Jianlian The Nets have put up 2 points over the last 7 minutes of game action. Harris, mismatch against Amir Johnson. No, make that Jason Maxiel. Here's E. The drive underneath. Boone. He puts it in.
That's another one I missed.
Snoop Dogg giving you a pop. Jimmy, you see all the movies. Don't be coy. Here's E on the perimeter. Count it, and a foul. Yi Jianlian with a chance at a three-point play.
Speaking of movies, this is like a Project Runway right here, Ian, going to the basket. Finishing it off with some strength, pulling it back to make things happen.
That's actually a reality show, Jimmy.
Oh, thank you. Just wanted to see if you were paying attention to me tonight. Carter with 4, Harris with 4. Flat out, they got to get it going at the offensive end.
Carter. Brown came out to help. Nahara checks in for E. Barrels into Brown. Harris, the jump shot, no good. And rebounded by Simmons. Rebounding numbers in favor of Detroit so far, just by 1. Nice wheel and deal on the interior by Simmons. We are just past the halfway point of this second quarter. Pistons 34, Nets 23. Harris to Nahara. Swings it over to Boone, some contact, and Josh Boone with the flush. Prince now with 8 points. The high man is Iverson with 11. And Hamilton on the bench with 10. Carter sizing up Prince. Brown there to help. They switch back. Carter slicing up this Detroit defense. And Vince Carter in for the slam.
I thought Vince got a break right there because I thought Brown kind of gave him a little chop across the shoulders that went undetected. But Vince Carter, watch here, Ian, to step across. He goes by everybody and he just elevates from the weak sides across. Now, where's the defensive help right now? Not a whole lot you can do when Vince starts going to the hoop. And they recognize it very quickly. They break it down with a little bit of a dribble and then kick it back out to the shooters.
39-27. Boone on a slip to the rim, and Carter finds him in stride for the dunk.
Well, Vince or Simmons struggling, though. Not shooting it real well early on.
He's 1 of 5. Broken up by Nahara. And now the Nets on the move. Carter leading the break. Wallace gets back. Carter goes around him. The acceleration for 2.
And the easy buckets, too, Ian. You can't put up the Nets. Giving up a couple open shots, reacting a little bit, but the Pistons not hitting from the outside. It's amazing what one night can make.
Wallace left open, missed it for 3. Carter lead feed. Nahara driving in, gets the roll on the inside. Lawrence Frank wanted a foul. The Nets get the... Under a minute to go in this first half. Iverson gets the step on Harris. Herman gives it up. Hamilton can't hit the 3. And rebounded by Nahara. Harris loops it up the floor. Oh, what a find! Josh Boone streaking to the rim for the slammer. 10 seconds left. Pistons are over the limit. 5 seconds left. Harris makes his move to the hole, banks it in with 2.7 on the clock. Well, last year I had mentioned on the air that Sean Williams could be Elastic Man, and then I found out he didn't like the nickname. So, and I'm not going to do it again.
And these guys are very close to us here.
Yeah, exactly. Harris going to the hole and a chance at a three-point play. Great way to start this second half, with Harris getting out on the open floor and finishing.
And does he ever bring that open floor play to the game? Watch how he has Iverson backpedaling, and Iverson never able to make a stance defensively. And by that time, it's way too late. Terrific challenge by Harris. And Nets just seem a little bit more alert right now to start the third quarter, at least with in terms of getting to the basketball. Last time down the floor defensively weren't bad, with Boone recognizing out front either.
Simmons' lazy pass. He's fortunate that he got it back. He was looking for E. Shot clock at 6. Harris.
Wow.
Mismatch against Prince. Floater goes down. And it's number 4 on E in just 15 minutes of action.
Watch the little flip, and you'll see Boone coming right there. Boone was trying to get in front of the rim. I think he may have thought it was going to be a lob for him. And Harris is...
When he was told by the doctors that he didn't have to wear it anymore, he wasn't wearing it. and that felt uncomfortable to him. So he put it back on, and he's played with it ever since. Carter, no look. Beautiful feed for Boone, and an uncontested dunk.
Well, the combination of Carter and Boone working for
himself because he knew he had his man beat, but he went for the feed underneath, so a side out.
And you see the screen up front, and then you're going to see the dip to the middle of the floor, and it's all a timing issue. And where's the help? Look at the help in here. There's no one there for the Pistons, so let the play develop, take your time, but he has really, really improved year by year.
You know, he's listed at 215 pounds.
You think?
Well, those are the numbers they're giving us. Carter swings it for Simmons. Open look. He drains it. A triple. And what? Iverson off the mark. Tip in doesn't go. Prince able to tip the ball to himself. Blocked by Yi. Yi swinging the elbows. That would have given the Nets the lead here in the third quarter. Last time the Nets led was 10-9 in the first. Harris on a spin. Switch off. Harris jumper. Got it. We are tied at 51.
And we had a chance to talk with, as you mentioned, to Lawrence Frank before this game, and he wanted to try to get Harris. And I believe he did. And watch Harris now with a little wide turn and realizes nobody's standing. Just see it in Prince's eyes and Hamilton's eyes. They are going to get wide open shots with the way Iverson can break down people off the dribble in the middle of the floor.
Well, teams naturally converge. Carter nails the jump shot. Yes. You know, Jimmy, these are the best athletes in the world, as we know, and they're capable of doing so much. Vince Carter, the long lead pass to Nahara. High screen, Nahara. Nets lead by 1. We approach 5 minutes to go in the third. Harris, kick out. Nahara, extra feed. Carter steps into the three. Bottom.
And a pretty good decision by Nahara just then, too. He's not
limit. So Devin Harris going to the free throw line. Iverson picks up his third personal foul.
One of the things the Nets are trying to do, Ian, is put a little dribble and drive into the sequence. And you look at Harris sliding his way all the way to the basket. Look what happens, though. You get two guys that are basically wide open because you get defenders that must react. We've talked about Allen Iverson, and the other good part about that, with Harris being his left ankle, Michelle won't have to drive his car home tonight.
That's a fair point. Harris going to the hoop and untouched, and it comes up a little, grabbing onto the rim and give the bucket to Stuckey.
Yeah, watch the plan. Ian, right-handed player, bang, he puts it down, and it's instinctive right there. You're not thinking I'm sore, but after you finish it off, then you realize, oh boy. And
Devin Harris has tied his career high, 27 points tonight. E gives up his dribble. Tight defense from Herman. 13 to shoot. Harris, pull up pop, book it.
Yeah, on the jumper.
On an aggressive approach tonight for Harris.
And that's what you have to love. And here we'll take a look at the footwork. Great camera shot here. We're talking about his left ankle. This is that first drive to the basket. Look at how much stress. Forget about the left. Both ankles working. Terrific look at the stress that you put normally on your feet and your ankles. But then he comes here.
It's Boone, Carter, Hayes, Harris, and E. E playing with 5 fouls. Carter, the drive, whirling dervish, and follow jam. Josh Boone in the right spot for the dunk. Stuckey was able to get to the rim, but then he was in no man's land, and the pass sailed out of bounds.
Sometimes you just got to find a way to get the ball up on the glass and hope, and really hope your big guy is following up on the play. Good job by Boone just then to finish.
And Josh Boone has put up 14 points. He's grabbed 9 rebounds. He's played solid defense. And neither team shooting it well in this quarter. Nets lead by 3. We approach 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Carter gives it up for E. He lines it up a 3. Knocks it down. Yi Jianlian from long range.
Another team.
He's never played on a team with this much talent around him. Ever. Philadelphia in their good years. Denver last year. There's so many options on this Piston roster. Carter, after the missed free throws. A gorgeous move. Josh Boone, the follow jam and the foul. Boone has been everywhere on the inside tonight.
Look at Vince. Watch him little dazzle here with the basketball. He doesn't even realize he's crossing, he's putting it through his legs, he's doing everything with it. And once again, Boone
shoot a pair. That's number 5 on Rip Hamilton.
And here comes Carter once again. Look at he's dragging people, and when you see a guy defensively step across the lane, that'll.
Well, Josh Boone, he's put his fingerprints all over this game.
He sure has. 8 for 10 from the floor, and there's a little message being sent right here in terms of close shots are pretty effective for Josh. But look at the way he's tracking the basketball in the offensive glass. A couple of times in a row right now, 6 dunks. A terrific evening for Josh Boone. Look at the numbers. 8 of 10 from the floor for the 16-pointer.
A 5-point game with 3:35 left. And right now, Devin Harris having that left ankle worked on along the sideline. Carter, pull up for 2.
Vince Carter switching to that point guard position from the outside. And if he can get that one dribble to the basket or 2, much better.
Iverson. The drive, the knock away. Prince tried to keep it alive, and Carter takes it away. We will hit the 3-minute mark, and the Nets leading by 7. Hayes, dribble and a jumper. He knocks it down.
Well, it's amazing the approach you take in this game. Hayes made a nice.
Down to a 6-point lead. 2:25 left in the 4th.
The longer Prince on Carter right now.
Carter, stutter step to the rim. No good. Boone there. Shot clock doesn't reset. It didn't hit the rim. Simmons gives it up. Boone, baseline. Blocked by Prince. Boone, the follow. Off the glass and in for Josh Boone. And a big bucket with just over 2 minutes. Dueling. Harris, Boone, Simmons, and Hayes on the floor for the Nets. 10 to shoot.
Kind of like a 4-guard offense almost, with interchangeable parts, a couple of small forwards.
Shot clock winding down. Dueling the fadeaway. He's got it. Keon Dueling with a pivotal bucket. It's a 5-point Nets lead. We count it down to the 1-minute mark here in the 4th. Harris, career high tonight. 31 points for the Nets point guard. Crossover. Harris, floater. Devin Harris.
Fabulous.
With 14 on the shot clock. 28 seconds on the game clock. Nets nursing a 4-point lead. Trying to put this one out of reach with a basket here.
Comes the high screen. A little trip may have helped out.
Harris, left hand, count it, and the foul. And that could be the dagger.
You were waiting for that screen to come, and they were playing the clock. A remarkable play again by Harris, but watch the screen come just a touch late. There's the trip inadvertently, and throw your body, oh boy, and throw it up off the glass with the left hand. But watch the body. Here it comes, bang. That's the initial one. You're guaranteed to get to the line.
18.6 remaining. The Nets are closing in on giving the Pistons their first loss of the young season.
It's not the body that stuck he has, but it's the drive that he has. And look at the reaction from the bench. And you want to
24 minutes of action. Devin Harris, he was the star of the show tonight, Jimmy.
No question about it, Ian. I mean, just bringing that ball to the basket, which is such a difference maker in terms of good results and getting to the line.
And the man of the hour is standing by with Michelle. All right, Michelle, thanks very much. 38 points for Devin Harris, a new career high, and our play of the game presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance, and this was the backbreaker. Harris taking it in with a left hand, drawing the foul, and the Nets securing the win against the Detroit Pistons. Once again, the final score, the Nets 103, the Pistons 96.